Hello. I'm here. Hello. I know, we're trying to squeeze in. Our video went from being this way to this way, so we're all trying to squeeze in here. Thank you for joining us. I've got Amber, who's part of our product development team. She has had numerous projects that we're going to go through today that she's worked on. And Nate here. Nate, how old are you?
8. Really great.
Yeah, Nate, 8, really great, right? Nate's going to help us. He's going to be doing a lot of the project for us. Gather your kids. I'm going to talk a little bit about what you need if you don't know. So you need either 2 pieces of the foam, like this, or you can also use 2 pieces of just plain construction paper. Either one will work. I think we're going to be doing a variety of things. You need some fasteners like this, but what we learned was that also staples work. So we have both here, and we'll probably be using both. If you just have staples, totally fine. Go grab your stapler. You need scissors. We all have a pair of scissors.
Markers.
Oh yeah, you need a marker, because that was next on my list, Nate. Good job. You need a marker. So the marker will help us decorate at the end. And then you need a ruler. We don't have a ruler. Stickers. We're going to use the edge of a book or paper or something like that. Stickers, like Nate said. And then the template. The template is posted in the description of this post and many other posts that you might have seen on Facebook. And the template looks something like this. So that is what you're going to have to print. That's the piece that we're going to need. I printed a picture of what this looked like for real, and now I can't find it. Do you have it in that one?
I might have it. Let's see.
Because I think you need to see what it looks like for real. Because we started building this. So let me first say that we have 2 hands-on history kits that are live. We have another the other kit that is coming out in the fall sometime, and that is C. So A and B are ready to purchase. They come in a box like this. This is going to be A. And I'm going to open it up and go through it while we're building, so it's a little bit of distraction for that. So we have all those. This project is a bonus project, so this project is totally something you can gather and do at home with supplies you likely have. So let's get started.
So walk us through it?
Yeah, Amber's going to walk us through it and give us a little education about the the Imperial crown of the Holy Roman Empire.
Yes.
Woo!
So this crown was worn by the elected emperor before he was coronated and during his coronation. And then it's also called the crown of Charlemagne, who was the first Holy Roman Empire emperor, but he never wore it. It was actually made several years after he was emperor. So it's just named for him because he was the earliest emperor. And then it was worn all the way through until the Holy Roman Empire was dissolved. So you can still see this crown in Vienna. This is what the real one looks like. One thing is the real crown is made of panels that are held together by hinges, and there's 8 panels all the way around. And so if you hold the crown up this way, it makes an octagon. Our crown in the template you'll see is only 6 sides, just because it fits a little person's head a little better. So that's one difference to note. But
if you do use the cardboard, what we decided is, if you use the cardstock or the construction paper, you can totally bend it so you still have the panels. Makes it a little bit more interesting.
Looks fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to start by cutting out your templates. So go ahead and get started. Can you start cutting, Nate? And we'll see how long that takes, and then Stephanie can tell us a little more.
Yeah. So I'm gonna.
Oh, can I say one more thing about?
Yes, please do.
Okay, on your template, you'll see there's this funny little arrow over here on the end. You don't want to cut that off. You'll want to cut around it, and then you'll see where there's little dashed lines. Cut just into those dashed lines and stop where the black is. because you'll need that. It makes like a little handle for the side of the crown. So just cut so you have a little dart of an arrow, but not all the way through. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's totally fine. So as they're cutting, I'm going to show you sort of what it's going to look like, because I'm doing a cooking show over here. As you can see, I'm speedy, super speedy. You know how on cooking shows they're like, oh, and look, it's already done in the oven. Look, it's already cut. So anyway, so yeah, I want to talk a little bit about the hands-on history kits. Like I said before, this one is not included. This particular project is not included in the hands-on any of our projects, and it won't be included either. So it does fit nicely with C, but it is not. It's not in there. And we thought it would be a cool bonus for us to provide you a little project, a little summer fun, lunchtime project for those of you on the East Coast. So when you open the box, everything is sort of wrapped up like this. Sorry, Nate. Get a little close. Yeah, I covered him with the catapult bag. So everything is in there and packaged. It's so neatly in here that I'm never going to be able to get it back in the box. Never. I'll never be able to get it back in here, but someone can. I want to just dig here. I mean, we have everything. Look at this. There are even glue dots, and that will last for, and there's a thing of masking tape, and these projects will require these pieces, and everything that you need is in this box.
But
just about everything you need.
I love that our kits just come with all the things you don't want to try to drum up.
Yeah.
Or like, that you would have to buy a lot of if you just went to the store. Like if you only really need, say, a cup of dirt. No, you have to buy a whole bag of dirt, right?
It's true. So I was upstairs in our warehouse, and I was sort of looking through everything that they had, and I was like, there are big bags of dirt. There are long pieces of wood, and they're just cutting the piece of wood to fit what you need. So this is the car, and then this is the Trojan horse, but you can see, like, we're sending you this piece, so you don't need to go buy a giant piece of wood and cut it. It's done, which is great. How are we doing, Nate?
We're good. We just have, he needs to cut out his cross. So you're cutting around both black pieces, the band template and then the cross piece.
I'm going to just do it again and just show you mine. All right. So I wanted to show you a little, well, why don't we talk a little bit about the benefits of hands-on?
Let's do.
Yeah.
I absolutely love hands-on. Nate is my hands-on kid, and he really learns really well when he's doing this sort of thing. When he's working with his hands, I think it's great for all kids to learn this way or have opportunities to learn this way.
Bless you.
Just because when children are born and they're toddlers and they're babies, that's how they learn about their world. They're going around and picking things up and playing with toys. And my 18-month-old loves to put things in and out of a container and learn how to twist the lid, and he's just learning so many things just by interacting with his world. So my favorite thing about these projects is it takes your history experience and it brings it into the real world for your kids. So they can make a crown and really get to know, oh, this is how it's built and this is what it looks like. I think your kids, if they do this project, they're going to recognize that crown. If they see it in a history book, they'll go, oh yeah, I remember making that. And it just makes history come alive for kids when they can actually do it. And on top of that, there's great skills even with like fine motor, with cutting and exploring what works and what doesn't work. And there's room to make mistakes when you're doing hands-on stuff and learn from those things. It's just a really great added piece for your homeschool.
Yeah. Nate's jumping ahead here, because as you can see,
Hey, he did make one. Let's slow down a second. Nate, can you turn this over, please? We need to make sure we can cut out this big piece first before we jump in on the little tiny piece and cut that out. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take your cutout template, and if you want, you can try, this might make it a little trickier. You can stack your yellow pieces and put your template on the yellow piece, trace and cut at once, and get two done at once. Your second one could be a little more jagged underneath. If you want to be a little more particular about it, that's fine too. Just trace around your black piece twice. I'm going to use a little shortcut, and you'll notice this fits really nicely into a corner, and then I don't have to cut these edges. So I'll just line it up over here on the corner.
Why don't you grab that pen right there?
And then trace
Oh,
around.
Mom has it.
Here you go.
So what we learned is if you're going to double up the foam, it gets a little hard, but if you're using construction paper, doubling up is totally easy. So
And trace around. And it's okay if you don't trace exactly. It's still going to look great when you're done. I am not being exact over here.
mm-hmm. So you're going to end up needing 2 of these like that and 1 cross. So that's what it's going to end up looking like.
And we will need one straight edge off of the side of this foam. So just kind of be mindful of that when you cut out your cross.
I want to talk a little bit about the books that come with the kits. So this is all the instruction that you will need inside. Sorry, Nate. Great Nate. And talks a little bit about the history on each of them.
Yeah, each one of these projects has a little lesson in the beginning that tells you what you're making and how it fits into history. So it's all built in right there. It's like the why of what you're doing is right at the beginning of your lesson. You can just read it to your kids as they're working. It should be really fun. The other thing I love about this book, there are lists in there. There are some things you're going to need on top of what comes in the box that are around your house, like scissors.
Yeah, so like this is for the Explorer sailing ship. And it gives you the clear plastic bottle, it gives you the bamboo skewers, it gives you the brown craft foam, it gives you the wood spools. However, you're going to need to provide crayons, colored pencils, just some white paper, a stapler, a nail, and some scissors. So like those are just things that you typically have.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think at the beginning of the book there's a list of all of the extra things you'll need to find around your house. So if you want, like, I know when he wants to use a paper towel roll, for example, sometimes it'll be that I've just thrown one away.
Yeah.
And now we don't have it. But so the list in the front I think helps you prepare all the things you might need to gather to do the whole kit. Nate's already cutting out. Go ahead and cut out if you're ready.
And he's doubling up on that foam.
Look at you, buddy. Proud of you.
Good job. So we have a lot of different things. I talked about A and B, C coming out. We also have lap books. And we have lap books that go along with American history, 1 and 2. We have lap books that go along with world history, 1 and 2. And those are relatively new with G and H. Sorry, I realized that I'm over here. I'm like half in. Sorry. No, it's okay. No, I just need to remember to lean a little bit. So I wanted to just talk about, are you done cutting?
He's done with that.
Oh, now he has to do the...
Okay, wait, hold on. Well, I guess we can do the crown. So I traced my cross already. If it might help your kiddos, mom and dad, if you hold that cross down to help them trace around it, just so that's not frustrating. Because one thing we don't want is for this to be frustrating. So after you've cut out, you'll need to cut little slits in the edge of your crown piece that is opposite from the arrow dart.
You might have to do it twice because it looks like you're cutting more than you think, more than you really are.
And so what Nate did is he folded his piece like this so that when he cuts, it's just a straight cut. You don't have to do any weird stabbing that might be dangerous.
The other thing is to make sure that you line up, like this arrow is a little lower on this one, but you want to make sure you line up the hole with the arrow. Did you say that? Sorry.
I did not. Thank you, that's a good point. And I am cutting around my arrow now, but I'm going to go back and put those little dart edges in.
Yeah. So this is a lap book. I just want to show you guys real quick what a lap book. This is a completed lap book. But it's really cool, and it's very. There's so much information, and I've heard from many people that say it's a great recap of everything that your child will go through for the year. The kits also are extremely in line with A and B, and then C, they will be in line with C. However, the, sorry, need those again? Oh, he's doing another slit. However, the lap books are they're very in line with it. So the other thing is, I've learned the lap books fit a little bit more with Sonlight, although you could technically do them if you're learning about American history. The kits themselves, you can do them. They're a great summer project. They're great, just an addition to what you're doing. They do require very little adult supervision. I, with my children, made a volcano. That one requires a little bit more, parent supervision. At least it did for me, because I was like, oh my gosh, there's so much mess. And there's a dragon up here in the front, and that is part of B. I think it's part of B, and we made a dragon as well. It's a little hand puppet dragon. And then we made a yurt. Is that what's in
yurt?
Yeah, yurt in B, I think. So they made the yurt by themselves, but they needed a little help with the dragon. So
okay, so
Nate is reinforcing his arrows there with staples. So this is what we learned. If you want your crown to be played with and last a little longer, throw some staples in there. Yeah, definitely.
The other thing you can do, before you do that, an easy way to make it, if it's not naturally fitting your child's head this way, you can, if it's like way too big, just wrap it around their head until you like how it fits, and then just hold it, and then I'll put a staple in it. But you can go ahead and staple your dart.
This one fits Nate's head. We made sure of it. So yeah, that is fun. We're also doing, I don't know, I know that I think Margaret is going to be posting some links in this live for us, but what we're doing is we're giving away a hands-on history kit. So you can enter to win a hands-on history kit, and the drawing will be the first week in August, and we're really excited about this giveaway. So be sure to enter in the link that she provides towards the end of this, or maybe she's going to provide it now, I'm not sure. But either way, there is a link that you can enter to win, and so make sure that you do that.
So fun.
Yeah.
All right, I think you're ready to trace your cross, buddy.
Yeah.
And if you've already traced your cross, you can cut that out. Can I? Oh, sure. Go ahead.
So that's what it's going to look like. So who has done a history kit? Who's already owned one? Let us know in the comments if you've already purchased one.
Love to hear what you think.
Yeah,
too.
we would love to hear your feedback. This particular project, like I said, isn't included in any of our kits, but what has been your favorite? What, if you have done them, what has been your favorite project that you've done with your kids?
Okay, he's traced his cross piece now on here, and he's going to cut it out. If you're done with that, cutting out, the next thing you're going to do is, this is where the ruler comes in. You could measure a 1/2 inch if you want to be particular, a 1/2 inch strip across the other edge of your foam or construction paper. Or if you want to just cut, you can do that, because that's what I'm going to do. Because this is easy. It's fun.
Yeah.
We just do what works for you and makes you happy and your kids happy.
For sure. And that you could, I mean, like you could take this crown, they could wear it all day, and they could take turns being the emperor.
Exactly.
Or the king of the house.
Or the king of the house.
The
king of the bedroom. The king of the
Oh
bedroom.
yeah. All of it.
You could
Something.
totally get your dress up stuff out and make it even better.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Definitely.
Yep.
So did we give all the talking points on the
crown?
So the crown,
I think so. Okay, so if you have your cross in your band that goes across the top, it looks a little nicer when you're done if you put those sides that are a seam on the sides of your crown, and you use this middle pretty piece for the front. And then what you'll do is, if you have brads, these little metal brass things, I would line up cross on the outside, then crown piece, and then band behind that. Mom, you might want to help with this because there could be poking. And then
especially with brads, yeah.
Yes, and aim between your fingers so you are a little safer about this. If you want to staple, great time to staple. So you push the brad just straight through that foam. It's pretty easy actually.
Yeah.
And then in the back, you separate those two pieces and make them wide, and that's what holds it. So I'm gonna let Nate try to push this brad through, because the more you let your kids do, the more this is fun. Here's a brad.
This is what it's gonna look like in the end.
Got it. Good job.
Pretty simple.
I'm gonna cut another. I need to cut out my cross and my band.
Do you want to
still.
use the Martha Stewart cross?
Good. Thanks.
Bam. And it's
Done.
Here you go.
Oh, and you have a band. It's so great.
You can.
I had to make sure the project would work. I had to make sure that everything made sense.
Prepared.
Huh, so that didn't work. Yep, because it probably hit this here.
Did it hit the brad? I think you're probably secure enough. You don't need to.
So then we move on to the
Now the fun part. You just decorate.
The decorating.
You can use any kind of stickers.
Use markers,
you found.
stickers. We chose the jewel stickers because we had some laying around. I'm sorry, we chose the jewel. Here I am. We still did. We chose the jewel stickers because we had some laying around. However, you could use any stickers, any Sharpies. I noticed that we tried to use a non-Sharpie marker on the foam last time and it did not work. So definitely try a permanent marker on the foam. If you're using the cardstock, anything can work.
And let creativity reign here. It doesn't have to look like the actual crown. It should look like however your child wants it to look. Just make it beautiful.
And a reminder, the actual crown is quite elaborate. So if you wanted to make it elaborate, like look, we could put like jewels on it and stuff.
There's like jewels on that cross and everything. And a cross here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, up over there too. We didn't even do that. Pretty interesting. You're gonna do that? I like the plan. I like the plan.
That's also a good time to use the strip idea that I have.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. We figured out that Nate figured it out. Nate. Yeah.
He was just. This is what I love about Handson is he just figured out if he pulls on these jewels, they come off in a strip, and now it's really easy to decorate.
You do have to be a little careful though.
Whoop, whoop. So yeah, I think that is pretty much it after decorating. And then, yeah, let us know if there's any other things you want us to do live. I'm sure Nate, who's great and 8, when I met him, he goes, I'm Nate. And I said, Nate, how old are you? He said 8. And he said, it rhymes. I'm Nate, who's 8. And then today I said, and you're great. And I said, I'm using that the whole time, Nate, who's great. Anyway. So let us know if there's anything else you want to do. Also, you know, we'd love to hear if you have any ideas. Remember, we do have a competition normally where people can enter if they have ideas, if they come up with these projects on their own. That won't be till the spring, but save it and watch your stuff, and yeah, you can win some good prizes if you get chosen. So we are so happy that you all joined us. And we hope that you are loving the Handson history as much as we are. And we will see you next time. Now I have to walk around.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. I have to walk around the table now. Have a good day.